Hi there, it's Jaya here, and I wanted to show you how to draft your bifold doors. Now, the reason why we even have bifold doors are because they allow us to open a wider opening without protruding into the room with doors that open or might be blocked by furniture or something else. So they're space saving. Bifold doors are space saving. So you're going to want to draw them. I have this small, very small triangle here, but it is still the 30-60 triangle. I'm just going to hold them next to each other. You can see the scale. This one hits what I have in front of me, so I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to use this little guy here. But when you're planning on drawing your doors in a bifold situation, you want to be able to bring your doors in so they sit narrowly together versus being spread apart. I'll show you what I mean. If you took the triangle and used it in this position, your door would end up taking up much more space than if we placed it in this position. See what I'm saying? So we want to use the smallest amount of space so that we can properly show the doors in scale. We're going to place the first line of our door, the corner of our door, at the outer edge where the hinge sits. Now, a bifold door has a thickness to it, of course, and when it opens up, it opens up inside itself. So right here at the corner, I'm kind of drawing the thickness of the door. And then, as I mentioned before, a door is so thin, like 1 3/8 inches, that I don't even measure it. I just make sure that I show enough room between the two lines to know that there's a door thickness there. Now, I've drawn this opening in 1/4 inch scale, and I made this particular opening 4 feet, as you can see. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, I have 2 pairs of doors, right? They're going to sit like this and like this. So this is 1 pair of doors, excuse me, that's plural. And this is 2 pairs of doors, right? 4 individual doors, but these will come together when you order this kind of door. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how wide these pieces are, each door. So if I have an opening that's 4 feet, I'm going to go to the center. Half of that is 2 feet. If I have 2 doors here, that means each door would be 1 foot long in 1/4 inch scale. So I'm going to, and yes, in real life too, they'd be 12 inches long, little doors. So I'm going to take my scale, do you see, in the same direction that I have my door, and I'm going to put it, I'm putting the triangle up against my T-square, and I'm going to put the scale up against my triangle so I can be exactly correct. Right now, that's a bad habit to show you, but I'm going inside of here. I'm just going to use the 10 as a measure point, and since I know it's only 1 foot, I'm going to go 1 foot over. So that's a little baby door, right? So there's the first door. And so what I usually do before I draw the second door is I erase my guidelines using my erasing shield and my white pearl eraser. And this works much better than the end of a cheap pencil if you're using that, because I'm using that right now. It will erase better on this paper. So it's just like we're just making little cutie pie doors. That's what we're doing. And so the way these work is that they form like a V, and in the corners, I'm going to show you this much larger than it is, but in the corners, your doors, here's this door. Again, I'm drawing it much larger than it is, but I want to show you that when it comes together, the doors come together at the corner, the outside corner, and they look like, oops, like this. So you see they have that big, they're corner to corner because it takes a bifold hinge. A bifold hinge, which I'm just cleaning up this in here because I drew it too dark. Okay, but you see how this comes together like that, and a nice crisp end of door, because in theory, I mean in reality, there is a hinge that sits right here and attaches to both doors. Okay, I just want you to understand how that works. So that's why I'm drawing this like this, and I'm going to extend. Wait a second. No, I was right the other way. No, I was right. Miss Rose. Get it together. This way. And then this would be, now I'm just lining it up. See, one of the things you can do in design, like right here is the front edge of that door. It's right there. So I can just borrow and measure it over. We're going to learn how to do that. You know what I mean? I already drew it here, so instead of having to measure 1 foot over, I just took my straight edge up to it and made a little line where the next one would be, because I had already drawn that in. So that is your bifold door, as small as they are, and they do go, I believe they go like almost to a 9-inch wide, but 12 inches is, sorry, I'm just trying to get my pencil in there. Okay, so 12 inches is very small. Now I kind of went back over my lines, but eventually once you get all your doors and windows and everything laid out, you're going to go back over your lines and you're going to use a 0.7 pencil with an HB lead, which is softer, and you're going to do that at the very end before you darken up your title block, because these walls appear, well, they are actually wider because that 0.7 pencil is wider than what you were. So here I use a 0.05 with a 2H lead for laying things out, or my 0.03, right? And I'm not sure what lead you have that I ordered for you. But then here, when I go back to do my walls after, I'll use a 0.07 with HB lead. And by the way, when you get your pencil, it already comes with HB lead in it, so you don't have to do anything. But when you start to use your 0.5 pencil, that also has HB lead in it, and I would swap it out for 2H, which I believe I ordered for you guys, if I recall correctly. Here is a smaller opening, and I'm just going to do this real quick. It's really done the same way. This opening is 3 feet. Sometimes you can, I'm going to the center. I always find my center of like everything, because in life, in design, you just like find the center. I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put just one door. So I'm going to put one pair of bifold doors right here. I'm going to come this way off the right side. Oops. Right. So I've got my door there on the front. And basically, I'm going to measure, it would be up against my, oh, maybe I can't put it up there. Okay, I can. So I'm going to measure again. This is not the right way. Sorry, but you have to be working towards your scale. Wherever it's open, that's where your scale needs to be. So I'm going to go to the corner of this door opening right here. And because we're having a 3-foot door, I'm going to make it 18 inches, and that is 1'6". Now I know this because I know how to use the scale, but it was on 1/4 inch, and I just was using it at the other end. So that's how long my door is. So in this case, I'm going to follow the same instructions. I'm going to make my door beginning and end. Now, I could come back that way, but I'm not going to. I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to make another door. So this door starts at the end of that door. Then I can put I can bring the end of that door over to here, right? So I just took this line and went right across. And then I can come back and I can put my other end of my door in there, right? So now I have, well, actually I only have one pair on each opening, but on the other side you would do the same thing. You would start at the outside corner of where your door is going to open into the space. Draw yourself a little door. See, sometimes they come out different widths, but I just try to keep them as close to the same as I can. Right, so I'm out here. Now I'm cheating another way, but I think I don't know, I might not have gotten that right, so I'm just going to say, yeah, I was wrong. Don't do that. But I should be able to, yes, I can bring this line over. That's what I didn't do. Okay. And if you think I'm just talking for this video, you'd be wrong, because I'd be talking to myself regardless. Right? Right on. Okay, so you get the drift. You can finish that up. But essentially, yeah, it's a lot of little tiny moves that you need to do. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure that your doors are crossing at the corners. You don't have to, don't draw this. I was just making a point there. Your finished doors just need to, you know, look like they've so they are going to meet in the center, but each door is going to have its own beginning and end. Am I even in the camera anymore? Oh yeah, I am. How do you like that? Right? So, so you have a big corner here, and then your door thickness right in here. And then however long your door is in this direction. Those are bifold doors. Yeehaw!